Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the December 3rd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Lots of folks buzzing about our system on Saturday, and I will spend a lot of time during the course of this video discussing that. First of all, let's take a look at how things appear this morning. This is the radar shot from 5:35 across the nation, and there goes our previous storm system lifting on up through the northeastern part of the country. A lot of rain and embedded thunder and lightning up that way. The cold front off the coast now and moving eastward, and already some snow beginning to break out in parts of New Mexico and Texas. That's the beginnings of this next system. Here's a look at the surface map and the 850 millibar temperatures here off the 0Z run of the GFS. I'm going to show you the 0Z run, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. I'm not sure the 6Z run's handling things overly correct. It might be, but I'll get into that here in just a moment. So this is 1 o'clock this afternoon. We have a quiet day today. We'll call it a partly cloudy sky, highs upper 50s, maybe some lower 60s in some spots around the Piedmont. A little breezy, but not too bad. All right, here we go. Tomorrow, Friday, 1 in the afternoon. And again, this is off the 0Z run of the GFS. At that point in time, you're looking at snow breaking out in Texas and very far south in Texas, even down to Houston, possibly seeing snow with this system. We go out to 1 o'clock Saturday, and that low pressure area wrapping up there along the Carolina coastline. And this blue line, that's the 0 degree line up there at 850 millibars. Didn't draw that particularly well, but that's the preset moving through the Carolinas, and then that system begins to pull out very late in the day on Saturday. That's 7 p.m. Now, that's the 0Z run of the GFS. Again, this is 7 o'clock Saturday evening. So that's the 0Z run. Let me show you the 6Z run of the GFS, the next run out. And boy, that is significantly weaker, significantly lighter precip, and not nearly as impressive of a system. One more time, that's the 0Z run and then the next run at the same time frame. Why is it doing that? Why the difference? Well, here's why. Up at 500 millibars, this is back to the 0Z run of the GFS, and it all is having to do with the handling of this disturbance. Notice here on the 0Z run, you have a very potent looking 500 millibar disturbance moving through, whereas, let's go now to the 6Z run, it's a weaker looking disturbance. Why is it doing that? Well, I think here's the reason why. Again, let's go back to the 0Z run compared to the next run, rather, the 6Z run. And really all kind of starts out west. The 6Z run is more pronounced with this next trough diving into the western U.S., and so because of that, makes our disturbance here on Saturday weaker. So which solution is correct? I don't know yet, but I think if I had to pick one or the other right now, I'd lean toward the 0Z solution, and here's why. And all the other modeling really in agreement with that. Let's compare that here. This is again the 0Z run of the GFS compared with the European 0Z run. Very, very similar solution there. The UK Met, pretty similar. The Canadian, pretty similar. So with that said, are the 6Z runs of the NAM, by the way, the NAM's very similar, the NAM of the GFS picking up on a new trend, that this will be a weaker system? That is possible. That is certainly within the realm of possibility. They could be the first model sniffing this out. It's just too soon to tell, obviously. We'll see how future runs unfold. But again, if we go with the idea that the 0Z runs are more correct than the 6Z runs, then what we're looking at here is a situation on Saturday where we see rain move in to the Carolina Piedmont, and it quickly changes over to some snow for the I-85 corridor and points north and west from there. It's all snow, or at least the vast majority of it's snow in the mountains and the foothills, kicking over to snow there for the I-85 corridor. If the 0Z runs are correct, this is an accumulating snowfall along into the north and west of the I-85 corridor. But if the 6Z runs are correct, it's a little bit different story. So I'm not ready to make a commitment as to whether this is going to definitively be an accumulating snow for the I-85 corridor just yet. It all depends on a lot of features that it's going to be almost impossible to resolve yet for another 12 or 24 hours. But the potential is there for some accumulating snow in the western and northwestern Piedmont of North Carolina, even down to Charlotte. Maybe some minor snow accumulations, but don't hold me to it just yet. Let's go out further in the model run. A lot of cold air coming. This is Saturday, 1 o'clock, or Sunday rather, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And even though this doesn't look terribly impressive when you look at the 850 millibar temperatures, this is a very dense, shallow layer of cold air. So we're probably talking low 40s for highs Sunday after morning lows in the 20s. Monday, 40s probably still for highs, lows again Monday morning in the 20s. And then we begin to gear up for our next system. Here we are Tuesday, 1 in the afternoon. And notice the GFS trying to spit out a little bit of precip here. We have to watch that. If we got any in the morning time there, might be a little bit of some light freezing rain, but I'm not terribly concerned at the moment about that. And then we get our next system, which the GFS really wraps up toward the Great Lakes, brings some heavy rain, maybe even some thunderstorms here. I have a feeling that track might wind up shifting farther southward than what the GFS is showing. We'll see. And then the GFS brings in a good shot of cold air behind that for next Thursday. So that's how things look right now. All eyes on the Saturday system, of course, with how that's going to unfold. I think next week we do have another system move through midweek. Don't know how cold it'll be yet when that system rolls through. But I still think the idea of an Arctic air mass settling down, covering a good bit of the country as we get into the 8th, 9th, 10th of December is a good idea. Well, there'll be storm systems probably riding along the southern periphery of that, and it's just too soon to tell where that boundary is going to try to set itself up as we go into December. So that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful Thursday, and God bless.